Investing in the stock market has never been easier than it is today. Many people are ditching their financial advisors to do it on their own to save money, fees, and increase their returns. Pretty smart, but it could be very scary when you start, especially at the beginning, and especially if you watch the news, right? Recession, mild recession, deep recession, rolling recession. That's a new one I heard recently. And of course, inflation, sticky inflation, stagflation, deflation. Now they're starting on the deflation now. The US banking crisis, the cost of living crisis, the mortgage default crisis, supply chain issues, and the wars, right? Ukraine war, Israel-Palestinian war. Back in the day, it was the Syrian war. Then there's the rise of China and their invasion of Taiwan that maybe is coming. Then there's the BRICS to dethrone the US dollar, World War III. Trust me, guys, after 10 years of experience, I've heard it all, and it will never, ever stop. Everything is meant to scare you, to paralyze you, to get your clicks, your eyeballs, and also to keep you afraid, which essentially keeps you poor, right? The truth is, investing should not be scary or controversial at all. It's actually very simple, and the most important concept has never changed in the last 100 years. Invest in a diversified portfolio of high quality stocks for the long term and keep investing over time. That's it. Proven strategy works 100% of the time for the last 100 years. And doing that has never been easier than it is today, right? Gone are the days where you need a stockbroker, financial advisors. There's plenty of low-cost online brokers. Some of them are even commission-free. And gone are the days where you need to research, pick and choose individual stocks. I know that could be very, very scary for some people because we have now a bunch of low-cost ETFs, which include already all the best stocks anyway. So you're much more safe and covered, right? So you might be asking yourself, okay, Adrian, I get all that, but there's so many ETF options to choose from. There's index ETFs, dividend ETFs, fixed income ETFs, thematic ETFs, covered call ETFs, leverage ETFs, asset allocation ETFs, et cetera, et cetera. So which ones do I choose? It could be quite daunting for a newer investor, right? So what I realized after 10 years of experience of investing on my own is that when it really comes down to it, there's only three styles of investing. There's the growth style or total return, there's the dividend style, and then there's the income style. All three investing styles work very well long term, and most of them invest in the same stocks, but it's really how you're getting your return that's different between the three. So it's really up to you to choose which style best fits your goals, your personality, lifestyle, etc. And even if you can't figure it out right away, it's fine, it's normal. You got to have experience, and you could even try all three for a little bit before you figure it out. So how do you find these ETFs, right? There's so many websites and YouTube videos and channels and articles and all kinds of things out there. This is exactly why I created my digital product, the ultimate do-it-yourself investing package. And I just released version 5 that I'm very proud of. My wife and I have been working on it very hard in the last couple of months. Not only does it have lists of ETFs you could go through, over 300, with many filters that you could choose from, but it also has 10 sample portfolios for both Canadians and Americans. So sample portfolios related to the three investing strategies that I talked about. So this is really to help you get started, give you some ideas, give you some inspiration to help you build your own portfolio, because that's what investing is really all about, according to your needs and no one else's. So this is really the best version yet, to be honest, with even simpler and more efficient sample portfolios than version 4. And this product has gotten almost 400 real reviews on my website. You can check it out. The average score is 4.8 on 5. So obviously people really, really like it. They find it useful. And the best part, it comes with free lifetime updates. So this is version 5. You only have to ever buy the product one time. You will be eligible for all the next versions you will get absolutely free. So you only have to buy it once, which is great. So what I'll do in this video, I'll take you on a tour of the product. I'll show you what it's about from A to Z, how to navigate through it, how to use it. I'll show you a demo. Then I'll show you how to buy it, where to buy it, how to pay for it, how to download it, how to open it, everything from A to Z. So then you can make a decision if you want to buy it or not, including where to get it if you're a returning member and you already bought it previously, because you are entitled to the new version for free. So let's get started. Make sure you use the YouTube chapters to forward to the part you want to get to. Let's go. All right, everyone, let's start on the tour of the product from A to Z. This is the landing page. So by the way, these are spreadsheet files. It was created and worked on in Excel. But even if you don't have Excel, don't worry about it. You could open it using different options that I discussed later on in the video. So here are the tabs. There's 7 tabs. So the first tab is the knowledge base. Then you have the sample portfolios for Canadians. And by the way, when I say Canadian stock market, just because the ETFs are listed on the Canadian stock market doesn't mean it's only in Canadian stocks, right? So then there's the sample portfolios on the American stock market, 10-10. And then you have tab 3, the ETFs List page, where you have over 300 ETFs you could scroll through on the Canadian and US markets. I also have a tab for about more or less 90 closed-end funds. Tab number 5, it's the split share funds, the split corporations in Canada. There's a list of them there. Then you have your blank portfolio templates. There's 2 of them. And there's even a tab where you have a list of online brokers that help you get started in case you're new. So the knowledge base is really just a nice little nifty knowledge base that me and my wife put together. And you could, there's all kinds of definitions here. There's links, very useful links you could go to from, compound interest calculator and stock charts, portfolio visualizer. So just some useful links and also some description of the major terms of investing, types of investing strategies, etc., etc. And let's go through the sample portfolios now, which in my opinion, this is my favorite part of the product, really, the sample portfolios. You have 10 sample portfolios for every style of investing, whether it's growth, whether it's income, or whether it's dividend. And I even made a hybrid one that combines all 3. So this is how it looks like. You'll see the portfolio on the left and more of a graphic on the right of the exact same portfolio, as a chart, if you will. And you have the breakdown. You have the name of the ETF and the provider. If this is an ETF or closed-end fund, these are all ETFs. Most of them are ETFs here, except for this one here. You could see it's a closed-end fund. You have the stock symbol for every one of them, and it's a hyperlink. If you click on the link, you will be directed to the fund manager's website, so you could actually do research on your own on this. You have the alternative options. So this is if there's a very similar ETF. I've given you some alternative options. Remember, these are sample portfolios, guys. They're not necessarily recommendations of the best funds for income. This is to help you get started, okay? You have a description of the funds here, and of course the investment percentage, which will add up to 100%. So this, for example, is the income portfolio, which targets a 9% plus yield. And you have a description for each portfolio at the top here. So obviously this is going to be for income-oriented investors. And if you scroll down, you have other portfolios as well. This one is you'll see it blacked out, of course, because you're going to have to buy the product and get the full version to see all of them. This is an income portfolio that's streamlined. So it's a streamlined version of portfolio 1. I have several streamlined versions here. Portfolio number 2 is a lower volatility income portfolio. So this is maybe for income investors that don't like a lot of volatility. They're a little bit more conservative. For example, you have portfolio number 2 here. You have portfolio number 3 is for maximum income. So this is going to be maybe for more experienced income investors. There's going to be a lot more leveraged options in here. So if your goal is to maximize your income, portfolio 3 might be interesting for you. You have a streamlined portfolio 3. Then we get into the growth portfolio. This is really a classic way of investing. You got your classic index funds here and how to mix and match to get really the best growth, or in my opinion, some of the best growth ETFs that are out there listed in Canada. So portfolio number 4 is growth. You have an aggressive growth portfolio, so similar to number 4, but a little bit more speculative stuff, maybe leverage options if there are. So maybe you'll be interested in that one. 6 is dividend. If you're a dividend focused investor, you just want to focus on ETFs that concentrate on dividend stocks, this is probably going to be the right one for you here. Some of the best dividend ETFs on the Canadian market. And then you have the mixed strategy one. So it mixes all 3 strategies. You could use this one in case you're having trouble getting started. You could start with a nice blend of the 3, and with time and experience, you'll know which one you'll like best probably. Or you could stay a hybrid, that's completely fine, and a streamlined version. Now, when it comes to these really nice charts here, we put a link at the bottom where you could actually use this link, go to it, and create your own style of chart if you're interested to do that. So we just put that link there. So that is tab number 1 for the Canadian sample portfolios. When it comes to the US samples portfolios, guys, it's exactly the same outline and the same sample portfolios. You got your income, number 1 income, streamlined, lower volatility, maximum income, streamlined, your growth one, aggressive growth, dividend growth, and your mixed strategies and streamline. So this is what I feel personally is really why most people are going to get the product. Nice sample portfolios for Canadian and American investors. And don't forget, as Canadians, you could invest in the US listed stocks without any withholding taxes in your Lira and RSP accounts. So maybe even checking out the US sample portfolios might be a good idea. So that is the sample portfolios. Then Number 3 is where you have the ETFs list. So this is ETFs both on the Canadian and US market. There's over 300 of them. It's pretty simple, everyone. There's filters that you use if you want to do more research and maybe build your own portfolio from scratch. So there's the fund managers, there's the name of the ETF, the stock symbol, which again, if you click on it, brings you to the fund's website. It took me a long time to put all these links in here. If it's a US listed stock or not. So if you're American and really not interested in the Canadian listed ETFs, right, this is a filter that would be very important for you. You would make sure the yes is turned on and take out the blanks, and you would only have the US ones. If you're only interested in a covered call ETF, this is a filter for if the ETF uses a covered call strategy, right? So you could filter that way as well. There's the annual management fee. There's a dividend payout, if any, if it's monthly, if it's quarterly. Sector, if you want to filter by sector, if you're looking for a particular sector, you could use these filters here. If you're looking for an ETF covering a particular region, whether it's US, international, or global, you could use that filter. If the ETF tracks a major index like the Dow or the S&P 500, there's that filter there. I even put the Yahoo Finance stock lookup. So you click on any one of these ETFs and you'll go to Yahoo Finance and you'll see, the ETF there. This is a new column for version 5. If I created a video on my YouTube channel for any one of these ETFs, this is where you'll find the video. So you just click on this link and it'll bring you to the corresponding YouTube video. Then you have these filters, which you could filter by strategy. So if this ETF is primarily designed for growth and total return, it's going to have a yes there. If it's designed for both income and growth, so basically dividend, and then ones that are only designed for income. So you could filter and really choose to display the ETFs that are according to your strategy. If you want, you could use those filters. Then you have the top funds to consider. My opinion, these are just, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, which ones I really like, whether it's growth, dividend, or income, which ones I feel are really special. You'll see them in yellow, and there's some of them that will have, and I even put the reason. So you'll have the specific reason why I feel that they're a good fund to consider. Sometimes it's because they're unique, sometimes it's because they're innovative, or they have high total return, et cetera, et cetera. And then I even have my personal details and comments for each one of these ETFs. So really the details on each one of these over 300 ETFs. And some of them are copy paste from the description of the ETF, which I feel could be a great description already. But for some of them, I put it in my own words. So this is really cool. This is, there's over 300 ETFs here, and you use the filters to really search the ETFs that you're looking for. I'm really proud of this. It took me a long time to build this, and I'm going to keep building it over time in the new versions as well. So ETFs, definitely one of the most popular ways to invest now. There's also a tab for closed-end funds with very similar, filters that you could use. Closed-end funds are a little bit more complicated to understand, a little bit more complicated than ETFs. So make sure you read the important reminders and observations, by the way, for every single tab and every single portfolio sample as well. I did put time into that. Make sure you read, and it gives you a description. So this is a list of closed-end funds on both the US and Canadian market, especially in the US market, because there's a lot more closed-end funds there. I also have a tab for split share funds. These are closed-end funds, but they're specifically Canadian products. So I'm very proud about this tab. I list, there's about 20-25 split share funds in Canada. I list all of them here. I have a risk rating, which is my opinion, a risk rating on my opinion based on several factors. You see why, if it's low, medium to high. Same thing, funds to consider, which region, which sector, the dividend, how many dividend misses. Of course, we're talking about the Class A shares. And really cool, what is the ETF alternative? If you don't want to deal with the split share fund structure, closed-end fund structure, there are plenty of ETF alternatives, and I list them in that box. And of course, my personal details and my comments on each one of these funds. So moving on to the next tab, you have the portfolio templates. This is the one from version 4, I believe, but I also added a new one that's a little bit more sleek. And this is really what I'm using right now for my personal portfolio. So you have 2 portfolio templates here where all you have to do, the formulas are done. All you got to do is enter the stock name, the fund name, the symbol, the details if you want, your investment, and it'll automatic, number of shares, your book cost, annual dividend, and everything's going to be calculated automatically. You get the weight, the yield, the annual income, the monthly income. So you could use these free, the sample portfolio templates if you wish. And then last tab is the broker list. So this is to help you get started, to help you if you don't know which broker to choose. You have a nifty little list here of Canadian self-directed brokers and a list of US self-directed brokers. Of course, I use Questrade. That's the one I like. And if you want to use it, I do have a $50 worth of free transaction when you just click on this link here. So that is in a nutshell what you will get when you buy the ultimate DIY investing package. Remember, it comes with lifetime updates. I'm always going to be updating, enhancing this product and adding to the list of ETFs as well. So now let me show you exactly where to buy it, how to pay for it, how much it costs, and how to open it up in case you don't have Excel. Let's go through that now. All right, everyone, let me show you real quick where to purchase the product. You got to go to my website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca. This is the homepage here, and you got to make sure that you create an account and you're logged in with your account. So just click on my account here and log into your account. And by the way, if you're a returning member who already purchased version 3, version 4, all you have to do is go back to your account and then click downloads, and version 5 will be there for you already. But if you haven't purchased it yet, all you have to do is click either on this link here for the package or the ultimate DIY investing package right here. So here's the product. You click on it. The price is 99 Canadian dollars. I repeat, it's in Canadian dollars. So it's a slight increase from last time. We obviously put a lot more work into it, but remember, if you already purchased it, you don't have to buy it again. And if you purchase it now at this price, you will never have to pay for it ever again for version 6, version 7, etc., etc. If you want to check out the reviews, they're right here, by the way, over almost 400 reviews. And of course, the graphics, by the time you're watching this, the graphics are all going to be updated to say version 5. And this video is going to be updated, which will be updated to basically the video that you're watching right now. So you could scroll down and get all the details if you want. I'm going to update all the description, a lot more ETFs, a lot more sample portfolios, enhanced sample portfolios. So all this will be updated. So to purchase it, all you have to do is click add to cart. Make sure you're logged in before you do that. And then you go to your cart, everyone. It's super easy. I mean, it's just online shopping. You go to proceed to checkout, and the only payment method that I am currently accepting is credit card. So all you have to do is put your credit card information and hit place order. Don't worry, this is via Stripe. It's very secure, very safe, done hundreds of transactions, zero problems whatsoever. I'm not getting any of your credit card information. If for some reason you don't have a credit card or you're still worried about it, contact us directly and we'll work something else. We'll work something out. You could use this contact box here, or if you go to back to my homepage, you could use this contact us link, which will automatically open an email. So that is, everyone, how you purchase the product. Now, how do you open it and access it after you purchase it? Well, you got to click on my account here and you will see your orders if you purchased it, and you got to click on download. So when you click on downloads, you will see that the product is here. So you see 2 products for me because I've been testing it out. So you should only see one of them. And here is the product. It will never expire. You could always log back into your account and your website to download it for free again. And remember, if you purchased version 3, version 4 before, go back to your account, log in, click on downloads, and you should see version 5 here. If you're having any type of issue, if you're a returning member, you don't see version 5 for some reason, you can't log into your account, just contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you with that. So once you download it, you click on download, and it's an XLS file. You could download it to your desktop. You could do whatever you want with it. Just remember that if nothing's working when you're hitting the download button, it's probably because you have some sort of pop-up blocker. So how do you open the file? Well, if you have Excel installed, it will automatically open with Excel. I did create this product with Excel, but in case you don't have the license, you don't have Excel on your computer, there are 2 ways to open it for free. The one I recommend the most is using the free Microsoft 365 online, where you could access Excel for free. 99% chance you guys already have most probably a Microsoft account somehow. All you have to do is sign in, and you could use Excel online for free. So I'll put this link in the video description, but basically if you just Google free Excel online, it should be the very first link. So you could access Excel online for free and open the product that way. A second way is to use Google Sheets. So if you have a Gmail, if you have some sort of Google account, once you're in Google here, you open a browser and you open Google, you'll have tools, and one of the applications is going to be called Sheets. So you open that application and you open the product from there, and it will work as well. My recommendation, however, will be to use Excel online or Excel on your desktop, because if you do use Sheets, you'll see everything A couple of links maybe will not work, and maybe you'll see things a bit differently. Not, maybe things will be a little bit crooked, but it pretty much 99% of everything works in Sheets as well. So you have those two options on how to open it. And that's it, everyone. I appreciate your time. And don't forget to leave me a review as well. And remember, if you have any type of problem on the website, ordering whatever, just contact us and we will help you. Thank you very much.